Hi, I'm Carmen Smith, Chair of Central Arkansas Water Board of Commissioners. Thank you for taking the time to view our 2011 annual report. Here at Central Arkansas Water, we are passionate about providing excellent service to our 400,000 customers and businesses. Through the hard work of 280 employees, we are able to provide quality drinking water at an affordable price. You're about to take an exciting journey with us, following your water from the source to the taps in our homes and businesses. Thank you again for viewing our report.
Water is essential to our everyday lives. We need it to live, drink, cook, and clean. We need it for fire protection and sanitation. Clean, reliable water is vital to Central Arkansas's health, safety, economic development, and overall quality of life. Few industries are faced with such immense responsibility that remains so largely invisible, and the water that flows to homes and businesses undergoes a complex journey from source to tap. When most people think about water, they don't realize it takes a lot to make sure the water is clean, safe, and the infrastructure is in place to get the water to the end user. Central Arkansas Water is proud to serve a total of over 400,000 people in Central Arkansas, and we're committed to providing exceptional service. From the high-quality water that you can depend on from your tap to the watershed lands that we protect and the professionalism of our team of experts, we strive to provide our water users with exceptional value, healthy and clean water, dependable service, and a long-term water supply that individuals, businesses, and industries can rely upon for many years to come. At Central Arkansas Water, the long journey from source to tap begins at our pristine source water supplies, Lake Maumelle and Lake Winona.
Hello, my name is Dennis Yarborough. I'm Supervisor of Water Sources for Central Arkansas Water. That means I get to be in charge of Lake Maumelle and Lake Winona, the two sources for water going into town to supply over 65 million gallons a day to the citizens in this area. Lake Maumelle is so important because it is so close to the metropolitan area, and it is also primarily used for source water. It's not used for swimming, it's not used for jet skis, it's not used for recreation other than fishing and sailboating. Lake Winona supplies water by gravity. We have to pump water here. After completion of Lake Winona in 1936, by the late 40s, the utility leaders saw the need for an additional source. So planning started on another source for the area. Lake Maumelle site was chosen. The pump station was started and completed. The dam was completed, all by 1957. That allowed the utility to get off the wells that they had relied on since the turn of the century. That also enabled us to provide water into town way into the future. At one time, we only ran pumps Tuesdays and Thursdays. Now we run pumps continuously, sometimes as many as 5 pumps, supplying over 110 million gallons a day from this facility by itself. The commissioners and employees' embracement of the legacy and the commitment to the customers, the duty that we all feel to supply the utility with ample and safe water is something that we wish to continue into the future. There are generations of previous leaders that have built foundations for us, and it is our duty to work hard and continue to look to the future.
Central Arkansas Water has 2 water treatment plants, the Ozark Point Treatment Plant and the Jack H. Wilson Treatment Plant. The 2 plants have a current combined seasonal treatment capacity of 157 million gallons per day. To enhance our efforts to comply with increased monitoring and testing requirements of the Federal Safe Drinking Water Act, the expanded water treatment complex features separate organic, inorganic, microbiological, and wet chemistry laboratories, as well as workstations for the laboratory technicians. Other utility treatment improvements consist of rebuilding 16 filters and the addition of a state-of-the-art air scour backwash system. Also, the flocculation and sedimentation basins were redesigned. Our SCADA system computer software allows us to control operations and processes at the treatment plants at 23 remote storage tanks and 22 booster pumping stations on the distribution system. Pump stations allow the utility to distribute water to various communities in the Central Arkansas Water retail and wholesale service area.
Hello there, my name is Don Murphy. I'm a water treatment plant operator at Central Arkansas Water. We're currently at the Ozark Water Treatment Facility. And this is a gravity-fed plant. We have 24 million gallons of water a day flowing from Lake Winona, 35 miles away. And this particular location went on the National Historic Register a few years ago. We serve a large area of Little Rock, and it's mostly gravity. We do have some booster stations when we get further away from our plant. This clear well here is 5 million gallons. We have two 5 million gallon storage of treated water here at the Ozark Water Treatment Facility. And that water is steadily going in and coming out depending on the customers that are using the water at that particular time. From the clear wells, you've got a series of mains that go, you can just imagine like spider webs just going out to all the different neighborhoods and different locations. And just depending on demand, once again, the water is there for their disposal. And there are booster stations that are further away where that water, instead of having head pressure on our clear wells here at the plant, we have to actually boost it up to the tanks. And those are all elevated tanks. So that a lot of people these days, they don't want to just turn on the water and have it drip out. They really want it to come out. They want to use it for any kind of, whether it be the showers or watering or any cleaning around the house. So we have customers call all the time that sometimes inquire about pressure. Is it too much? Is it not enough? The regulators that they have on their house. But it's always there ready to be used. It's a vital part of our community, and without it, we just simply can't exist. It's the only utility where you consume the water versus using a product. It's something that has to be taken seriously and not lightly. There are certain surface water drinking rules and things that we have to abide by that are government related and regulated, and we simply have to ensure that the water is safe for human consumption.
Hi, I'm Ronnie Bankston, and I'm a treatment plant supervisor for Central Arkansas Water, and we're currently located in one of our high service pump stations. We currently have 2 pumps in this facility. Each pump consists of a 500 horsepower motor and a pump that is capable of pumping approximately 15 million gallons of water per day. We do have the capability of adding 2 additional pumps, which we will do when demand increases. Now, how this relates to our customers is that we manipulate these pumps to where we can increase or decrease the pressure as needed. The reason we do that is because we don't want our pressures to be too high to cause main breaks, but yet we don't want the pressures to be too low to where our customers turn a faucet on or turn on a spigot and no water comes out.
Upon leaving the treatment facilities, our protected source water is distributed through thousands of miles of pipeline and then carried to customers throughout Central Arkansas. With constant upgrades to existing pipelines, CAW is ready to serve today's businesses and communities while planning for future growth and economic development.
What we're currently doing out here is we've made a tap on a 16-inch main and a 12-inch main over here directly behind my shoulder. We're running pipe out, and we're going to come up with 2 T's, and this is going to be an interconnection between 2 pressure boundary systems so that we can transfer the pressure and flow from one system to another in times of need. Currently we're halfway through it, and hopefully we'll be finishing up today and putting the pump and system in place later this evening.
Fire protection, as well as sanitation, is critical to the community's consumers. But there is more to providing water to the community than that. Water is vital to public health, and few people realize that water is a job creator for a community. Businesses such as Wellspun, St. Vincent's Hospital, Arkansas Children's Hospital, and even the Argenta District depend on water to operate their businesses.
Argenta is the downtown for North Little Rock. It was pretty much abandoned in the early 70s, and over the last 10 or 15 years we've been trying to bring it back. We've worked very well with our city in helping us with all the flower beds that we have. We have about 40 flower beds that we maintain. It's part of our strategy to make the area beautiful, clean, green, and safe, and that helps to promote economic development. It's a very walkable area. It's a 5-minute walk from here to any place that you want to go. We have a drugstore, we have a grocery store, we have a library, we have a theater, we have all kinds of art things going on, and it's just a great place to be. In partnership with the City of North Little Rock, the Argenta Community Development Corporation, and some private landowners, we formed together a group to develop a master plan for Argenta. And that master plan has helped us to lay out what should go where. Obviously, before you start doing that, there's lots of infrastructure to be put in place, and of course, clean water and a great water source is an important part of that. We've recently had new townhouses built 1 block over, and they had to have all new lines put in, but everybody brags about our water. We had an event where we actually took water out of the fire hydrants and had people ask us, where did you get that great water? And I said, right out of the fire hydrant. But the water is important for our development. We have to have those things in place, and if we didn't have good quality water, then development would not even be occurring.
I'm Nell Matthews. I'm president of the League of Women Voters of Pulaski County. As citizens who are involved with educational and governmental issues, when issues come up in the community in Pulaski County that affect all citizens, such as good water, we become involved. And for years, Ruth Bell and Kathleen Olson have been involved in watershed protection.
And one of the reasons that we're so involved and are so passionate about all of this is that Central Arkansas is so fortunate to have the quality of water that we have. And we've had it for a number of years. And we need to continue to protect it so that for generations to come, we have the water that is necessary to do everything with the quality of life that we have. Also, it's just so important to protect the water and to protect the watershed that drains into the lake. It's important to protect it because if we keep the quality of the water good, then that means that it benefits everyone in the community.
My husband will find this hard to believe, but I actually pay a lot of attention to the economic aspects of clean water for our community. Our clean and generous supply of water is very appealing to companies and individuals who are thinking about relocating both their plant or their business and themselves. We are so fortunate to have a generous amount of water that is very pure compared to other parts of the country. It is so much cheaper to process and fit for human consumption water that is clean to start with than it is to take dirty water and clean it up. Not only does clean water taste better when it comes out of your tap, but it's cheaper for you, the ratepayer, as well.
I'm Beth White. I'm Alderman of Ward 1 in North Little Rock. I have some personal experience related to water that I'd love to share with you because I realize how important and how precious our water is. Some years ago I lived in Australia, and with that we had water that we drank that was connected to the tank was connected to our roof, and that was the only source of water, was whatever water we were able to collect. And of course it's an area of the country that has a lot of drought, so sometimes it took some time to get water filled up in the tank and have enough to drink. A lot of times we'd find a mosquito larvae in it, and I know there were frogs in the tank as well, but we drank it. But I really learned the value of water and how important it is, and we didn't waste a drop in those years. We had a time when we lived through 3 days of terrible bushfires, and the water supply, the city water supply that was available was gone, as well as every other source of water. So we were using burlap sacks that we had soaked in our bathtubs that we had filled with water, and that was our way of fighting these fires. And it was a pretty tough time, but what I learned once again is how valuable a good, clean water source is, which we have in Central Arkansas. And when I have the privilege of the water we have in Central Arkansas, I'm still remembering those times when we didn't have a lot of water, and it's really precious. We have wonderful drinking water here. I have lived in a lot of places in the country, and I would say that the best tasting water is in this area. I say all this to say that a clean, fresh water supply is of great importance, and it's needed in our communities, and I'm grateful that we have that in our Central Arkansas water supply.
Water is one of those commodities that I think that we underestimate the importance of having a good, clean water supply in our community. Because we have an adequate, good, clean water supply, we take that for granted. And I think we need to be mindful that other places in the United States, but certainly in the world, don't have the benefits of having a good, adequate, clean water supply. And while it's our goal and our intent as a city, and particularly me as a city board member, we want to look forward to ongoing economic development, certainly expansion of the city, but we have to make sure we do that in balance, and I think the CAW has been real instrumental as the gatekeeper and the protector of our water source to make sure that any development that we do or engage in, it doesn't have a deleterious impact on our water supply. So I think it's those kind of collaboration and partnerships that we make sure we protect it, we have a good water supply, good clean water supply, and I think that quality, obviously it's the quality of life, but I think a good clean water supply and healthy water supply is the cornerstone of a good, clean, healthy community. And I think we've been fortunate in our community to have that. As I said before, scientists always say where there's water, there is life. Well, I submit to you where there's quality water, there's quality life. And I think that's one of the things that we've been able to benefit from in our community. And we need to be mindful that it's our job to protect this source, to make sure that this source is there for generations to come, many moons to come. And I think we're just blessed beyond recognition to have this. But I also want to be mindful to tell our people we shouldn't take this for granted, and we need to appreciate this water supply that we have and do any and everything we can in our power to protect it and make sure it's there for generations to come.
The Central Arkansas area is not only fortunate to have good quality drinking water, but Lake Maumelle and Lake Winona provide many recreational opportunities as well. Did you know you can enjoy fishing or sailing at Lake Maumelle? Pack a picnic and take a day hike through the Ouachita National Trail near Lake Maumelle. Take a short jaunt and birdwatch on the Farkleberry Trail at Lake Maumelle, or just relax and take in the beautiful view at either Lake Maumelle or Lake Winona. From source to tap, CAW is proud to serve Central Arkansas. High-quality drinking water, excellent recreational opportunities, and economic growth opportunity now and for generations to come. Central Arkansas Water. Appreciating the value of our water. What a deal!